Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And in true Mikayla fashion, welcome to part 2. Okay, so as you can see by the title, we are playing with the Mikayla and Glamlite palette again today. I say it at the end of the video, but I'll say it again here, that when I get new palettes in the mail, I'm just going to do 2 parts on them and use them again later on because I'm tired of just using a new palette once and then putting it in my drawer and not using it again for, you know, a couple months here, a couple months there. So I'm always going to do part 2s on palettes that I get, and yeah, so that's why we're here today. So before we jump into today's makeup look, I just want to say that if you are new here, thank you for subscribing, and if this is your first time on my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, okay? We do a lot of fun, colorful makeup looks over here, and it's a fun time. And if you are not new here, I just want to say thank you for subscribing and supporting my channel, my YouTube journey, and it really means a lot. Okay, so today we did this makeup look right here, and I really wanted to do like a grungy type of makeup look. I was sitting here and I ended up playing with a couple of different looks, throwing around some ideas, but you know, they just weren't calling to me as much as a grungy look was. I had this look in my head the last time I filmed, but I wanted to do something a little bit more colorful with it just to test out the pigment, the blendability, all of that. And then I sat down today to do somewhat of another colorful makeup look, and I was like, you know what? No, I want to do something dark and grungy and just sexy and seductive and kind of intimidating, right? Like if you saw me walking down the street like this, would you be scared? But anyways, guys, so that's what this video is about today. Just reviewing the palette again, getting some more feels for the different shadows, and honestly, they all blend beautifully. They're all still so pigmented, and it's all in all just a great palette. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop talking now. If you want to see how I got this makeup look, then go ahead and just keep on watching. So I have already, of course, primed my lids with my Revlon Candid. I swear, I gotta switch it up. I feel like it's just so boring. So I wanted more of like a grungy look today. I played around with a few different looks and I decided this was like the grungy, like the grungiest I could get it. So I'm going to first dip into the shade Willow, and this is the darkest shade in the palette. It's more of like a purpley brown type of shade. It is really, really pretty. So I'm just going to take that all around my lid space. This is going to be a very rounded look today. So as always, I'm just getting my shape down, and then I'll end up really putting in the work for it, bringing it above my crease, making sure it stays rounded out, all of that good stuff. So then with whatever's left over on my brush, I'm just going to go around the edges very, very lightly just to start the blend. And then I'm going to dip into the shade Hot Cocoa. And then we're going to use that to further blend these edges. So because I was sitting here trying to find a look that I wanted to do, I did end up using a few different more shadows from this palette that I did not use in my last video. And I still feel the same way. They still blend amazing. They're still very, very pigmented. It's just an all-around wonderful palette. The one thing though I wish this palette had was a black shade, but that's it. That's all I wish it had. I feel like every palette needs like a really good black shade. So once that shade is on, I'm just going to go in with the same brush. I just wiped it off, and then I'm going to go in with the shade Gemini and use that to blend out that last shade. So then I'm going to go back in with the shade Willow, which was the first shade that we used. And I'm just going to deepen up these inner and outer corners a little bit. And then with whatever's left over, just going around, making sure that shadow is perfectly blended. And then I'll go back in with those same shades, Hot Cocoa. And wiping that brush off and going back in with Gemini. This look was super easy. It was only 1, 2, 3, 4 shades total. Super easy, super quick, and grungy. So I absolutely, positively had to use this freaking shadow in this palette. It's my favorite shimmer shade in this entire palette. It's stunning. It's the shade Audrey right here. Obviously you can see it on this eye, but I mean, it is just like, oh, it's like a mermaid, like a goth mermaid type of color. It's beautiful. So I'm going to take that on my finger and I'm just going to pop that in the empty space and up into that willow shade. Just very, very messy. It's kind of like a spotlight halo eye kind of, but it's just more grungy, more messy. You don't have to be that precise with this whatsoever. And then I'm going to go in with a brush and pick up that same shade, and I'm just going to get it up here towards the top a little more that my finger would not reach because it's too chunky. So we're just going to place that up in here. Is this shade not beautiful? It is stunning. Like so good. All right, so then I'm going to go back in with a pencil brush and I'm going to take some more of that willow shade. And I'm just going to fling that into these inner and outer corners, just blending it with the Audrey shade, just so it doesn't look so much like a sudden stop in color. And then I'll take it around the top just a little bit, just to get some dimension. So for the brow bone highlight, oh my god, I have color everywhere. Look at that. So for the brow bone, I went in with the shade Naz. And obviously I just put that right under the brow. So for the under eyes, I'm going to go back in with some more of my concealer and just blend that out super quick. Then I'm going to go back in with that willow shade on a pencil brush, and I'm just going to make sure that it connects to the top shadow in a perfectly round shape. We're taking this color all around, so make sure you get it into the inner corner as well. Then I'm going to go back in with Hot Cocoa. I'm just using the same shades that we used on top on the bottom. Going with Hot Cocoa to blend that shade out. And then I'll go in with a little bit of Gemini. And that's it. Simple as that. I do have to fix this one just a little bit. I kind of rubbed it off because I spilled glitter. Like this color went down here and I didn't want that. So I do have to clean this up a little bit. And then I just took any black liner that I had laying next to me and just put that right in the waterline. And that's it. Super simple, grungy eye makeup. I'm going to fix up this eye really quick and then I'll come back and I will do my base on camera today, so stay tuned. Okay, so I am back and I did throw on my lashes. I ended up using the other pair of lashes that come in the collection in the style Brand New. And these are lovely. I really, really like these ones. These are so pretty. I know it's kind of hard to tell because my eyes are like so dark, but just take my word for it, they're amazing. And they went on just as easy as the other pair did. Like, no effort whatsoever. So I'm going to prime my skin and I'm going to go in with my Tatcha water cream. I've used this only one time and I figured I would just try it again. Might as well. It's just sitting there doing nothing. I do like this primer. It is super like slick. Like it literally does feel like you're just rubbing water on your face with like a little bit of moisture in it. I wouldn't say it does a whole lot for like your pores or anything, but it feels good on your skin, so that's a plus. And then for foundation, I think I'm going to use my e.l.f. Camo CC cream. This stuff is super good. It really, really is. If you haven't tried it yet, you need to. It has such good coverage and it lasts a super long time. Like, I honestly think when I get married, I'm probably going to use this foundation just because I know how well it lasts on my skin. And usually foundations, like, they just break up on me super quick. But not this one. Also, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I have like this red mark right here and it kind of goes up into my forehead. I got sunburnt at work yesterday because I was outside washing things and I freaking got sunburnt and I was in the shade. So I don't know how that happened, but it did. I don't know, being out in the sun kind of made this foundation like more my color. Usually it's a little too dark, but I think the sun gave me a little color yesterday. Okay, cool. So for my cream contour, I'm going to go in with my Soul one. I've been using my W7 one, but I just want to switch it up a little bit. So I'm going to go back in with this one. And I want very bronzy skin today, so I might go a little heavy on this. I know it looks crazy and wild, but this stuff blends out so easy. Like, I feel like you could use so much and it just blends like nobody's business. This isn't the final blend, so don't get scared. We're gonna do more blending. But I wanna use my concealer first, and I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I finally got a new one. So I'm going to set my face. I'm using all my same products. They're very boring products. I use this for my under eyes and this for my face. Completely the same. Okay, my face is completely set. Looking a little matte. It's gross. We need to fix that. So I'm going to go in with my Misslyn Bronzer in the shade Beach Please. It's a tiny little thing. But honestly, amazing. Such a good bronzer and super affordable. I think it was only like $4 for this. And then, as always, I always go in with my Jaclyn Hill Luminous Powder in the shade Do Me in my spots that are super dry and I feel like they just need a little bit of a pick-me-up. So right in this area right here. I'm telling you, this powder is such a freaking game changer. Ugh. And then for blush, I'm going to go in with this NYX one. This is in the shade Daydream. It's like a really pretty pinky, kind of corally type of shade. It's beautiful. And then of course I have to use the Mikayla highlight again. This is like such a good freaking highlight. I think it might be my new obsession. I don't know yet. Ugh. It's just so freaking beautiful. Okay, I need to stop. Okay, I'm going to throw on a lip, and I'm really thinking a black lip with this would be just top notch. So I'm going to throw on a lip, I'm going to do something with my hair, and then we will come back and get the final look. Alright guys, I'm back. This is it for the finished look. I threw in some hoops, some big O hoops, and for my lips, I ended up using an eyeliner to line my lips because I don't have a black lip liner. And then I went in with KVD's liquid lipstick and Witches, and then I topped it off with Stila lip gloss in the shade In the Black. Anytime I use this black lipstick and I want it glossy, I always go in with this gloss just because, I don't know, it just adds something to it. It makes it like a purpley, sparkly, like wonderland on your lips. I'm obsessed. But yeah, this is the finished look. I love it. I think it's so like grungy but feminine and like just badass at the same time. I'm obsessed. Like I said in my last video, this palette is so versatile, as you guys can clearly see. I did a grungy look with like a pop of sparkly, but it's still like a deeper sparkle color, so it just adds some emphasis to the look. I don't know, I love this so much. It's so beautiful. Like that shade Audrey, I'm not lying, it is literally my favorite shade in the entire palette. I can't get enough of it. I think it's so beautiful. It's just like a bluey green, sparkly, I can't even explain it. It's just stunning. If you guys have this palette, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That shade is just everything. So now that I've done my second makeup look with this palette, I still stand by what I said in my last video. It's still great. It's still blendable. It's still pigmented. I still love it just as much as I did in my first video. I'm definitely going to be filming with this palette a lot. I know it's probably going to get a little bit boring, but I mean, it won't be like back to back in a row. I know this one was, but I'm trying this new thing where when I get a new palette, I always use it twice in a row just so I can like do different looks with it, try it out some more instead of just using it one time and throwing it in my drawer and then pulling it out like months later. You know, I don't want to do that with my palettes anymore because I do spend my own money on these palettes. I do not get makeup sent to me at all. I wish, but I don't. So I'm just trying to get like my money's worth, you know? But yeah, guys, that is it for this makeup look for today's video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this look. If you are a grungy type of gal yourself, also let me know down below. So yeah, I really have nothing else to say. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. As always, if you guys have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Please like this video, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. And that's it. That is all she wrote. So I have nothing else to say except I love you guys and I will see you in the next video. Bye!